Good morning, everybody. I know that we have challenges with our new website, but I figured this one out. So Jenny asked, and I'm going to do a recording here to make it easy for everybody that you can go back and forth and watch it a couple of times. So the first thing that you do, of course, is you have to get into your Shackley site, and then you hit, the purpose of this is to help you get your Autoships organized, because there's no way to organize the Autoships knowing when anybody's stuff is coming in anymore. So the best way I found is to do it in a Excel sheet. So I'm going to show you how to do it. It's quite simple, and I'll go through it step by step, and then you can go back again. I wish there's somebody on here to say, hey, stop, slow down, whatever. But the first thing you do is go into My Business, and I hope that this isn't too slow with all this different stuff going. Should have had this page open to start. I'm going to turn off my video because you don't need to see my face. This is perfect timing for me because I'm sitting here. You go into the reports menu right away, so I'm going to click that right away. Come on. I'm on a laptop that I'm not used to using, which makes it slower. I was going to turn off my video here. Okay. There. So now hopefully you can see me. So go into your reports menu, and then you scroll all the way to the bottom of the reports, because the very bottom one is the one. Oh, good. That's nice that that's complete. Restart later. Go to the very bottom one, because that is your Autoships. Click on that. It's updated every single night. And the thing that I have found is that when you put in an Autoship, and if you put it in today, if you got to make sure, this is something different than the other ones, you've got to make sure that you have the proper date on there. Because if you do not have the proper date on there, this wants me to restart my computer, and I'm not going to do it right now. My security is down on this camera, on this. So scroll to the bottom of your report. What I was going to say, I'm sorry for all the interruptions there, but the Autoships now, when you put the date in on an Autoship, be very cautious, because the date has to be in there. And then I went back and I looked at one and I thought, well, this is bizarre. It was that day and there was no Autoship that had been shipped. And it looked like it was processed the day before. And I'm like, well, that's when I put it in. It always shows, if you go back and look again, it shows the prior date for the processing date, the day before. So don't let that shock you. So what you do, once you get to this report, you can see your report, okay? Then you go here to select action, and you do an export. And what your export is going to do, oh, sorry, guess what? It tells you what I forgot to do. I forgot to select. So come back over here and just hit that button, and that will hit everybody on your report. Yeah, that'll show everybody on the report. Now go back here to select action and do an export. Your export is going to show up. It's going to ask you, where do you want to save it? So you determine where you want to save it. I do it in downloads because I want to fix it before I save it someplace else. The other thing I want you to notice here is that this is a CSV file. It shows up in Excel, so you can utilize it and save it as an Excel document, but this can become a hard one. If you don't open it this way and save it differently, you're going to have challenges. So I'm just going to put this report in here, and I would encourage you to always to date your reports. I'm guessing on the date, I think it's around the 10th. I'm kind of out of it, sitting in a chair all day, every day, not knowing what's up or not. And then you go, as soon as it downloads, it comes down here. This is how it works on a, I say a business computer, a Windows computer. I don't know if it works this way on Apple's, but you know where stuff goes when it's downloaded. So then click on it and it will open in Excel. Okay. I had somebody else that called me yesterday on this and they were beside themselves. So I thought this is the best way to do this is do a video. I'm going to just go and open an Excel document here. I don't know if that's why it's not opening on here. On my other computer, it's immediate. Or just that this computer is really slow. Okay, there it is. So if you do the corner here, that highlights the entire document, okay? That little corner triangle is very important. Highlight the entire document, and then you can make these columns bigger so you can see them, okay? If you have that corner highlighted, it does every column the same size. So if you want to do them different sizes, you can do that as well by unhighlighting it. Okay, the next thing you want to do is go back again, highlight that corner so that hit that corner, make sure everything is highlighted, and then go up to data, and then under data you want to sort. The first thing you do is make sure this up here is checked. My data has headliners. Okay, and then if it has headliners, then go over to this column here, sort by, and you want to sort by your next shipment date. And then say, okay. So now I know which ones are coming up this week that I have to, either they tend to them or it must be the 12th today because I saw these two top ones come in today. Yeah, you lose a few days when you're doing what I do. By the way, I broke my foot and then I got an cellulitis infection in my ankle. So I'm kind of messed up. My whole foot is swollen and I'm living on pain pills and antibiotics and tons of Nutriferon and D and Vital E and Omega, and I can't take our pain stuff. So that being beside it. So now you've got your report here, okay? And it tells you the next date that every one of these are coming up. And once you've got that, the next thing is, of course, to save this properly. So you go up to the top. Some of your Excels might say file, and some of them might have this little thing up here. And you do a save as. And this is very important. You do not want this to be a CSV file. You want it to be an Excel workbook or an XLM, no, XLS I think is the other one. Whatever the very top one is on your computer, depending on what year or version that you have is what you'll use. So click on that and it'll save it that way and then put it into whichever file that you want it to be saved. So that way you've got everything in order now. And I'm just going to go one step further here because there seems to be a lot of confusion and I want to make sure that everybody understands this part. Okay, so now I know who has an auto ship and now I need to take care of it. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go in here to actions. This is how do you set up your auto ships because there's been confusion on that. Go to team search. And then you type in the person's name because you cannot do it the way we used to do it. You cannot do it from that report. You have to go into the person's account. So now we are at her account. We're in her profile. And then you scroll down and on the right side you find access account. Now if it's somebody that you've been taking care of and it does not say access account yet because they're not all right. If it says request access, then you can call field support and tell them you've been taking care of these people and you need access. I mean, you can see here, this lady doesn't even have an email. So what they did was they put their IDs numbers on there at example.com. So those people don't have emails and there's no way that you can help them anymore. And maybe most of you are younger and don't have that issue, but if you do, call corporate and they'll let you in. So then you access their account. And the thing to notice is that when you have access somebody else's account, you always know you're there because you've got this red thing on top, return to my account. The next thing you do is right below that is that little arrow. You click on that and you go to Autoships. If you're just going to put an order in for them, don't go shopping the way that we normally did, because this is, if you go through the cart here, this is the only way that you're going to find a quick shop line, and it's one at a time and you add it in. But we're not shopping, we're going to do an auto ship. So you go to the auto ship, and this is something else I want to caution everybody on. And then this one, always look up and down and make sure there's only one auto ship, because if you had anything before on the 30 days or 60 days, you've got 2 auto ships and you're going to have people coming out with 2 auto ships. So this way there's one auto ship. You click the arrow, you can go into the auto ship, and if you've got 2 of them, my advice to you is just delete one of them. Okay? And then from here is where you put the order in, go see what's on that order, take away from that order. Some of them, what we've done is we've put down on the bottom here to add later, but it's so easy to add an item now. If you, like on each item that's in here, it says save for later. So that can make it easier for you to do an auto ship. Otherwise, add your items in, make sure you've got, but up here, this is where it's very important. Order will be processed. You put the date of the processing. Now, Kim did one yesterday, and she does not understand why it was not supposed to go out. And yesterday was the 11th. Oh, it wasn't supposed to go out to the 11th. And we were thinking it was earlier. Okay. So we thought it went out early, but yesterday was the 11th. If today is the 12th, right? Forgive me. I'm not thinking clearly, as you can tell. But anyways, and there is no place to save anything the way it was earlier. I mean, they put that new save in there, but you've got to go through, make sure you go through, make sure you've got the proper address. If you're doing a new one, everything is over here on the right, as you've probably seen by now when you put an order in. Okay? So I hope that that answers your questions. Oh, and then, of course, to add a coupon, it's right up here. You can add a coupon to somebody's order up here. Okay? So hope that's been helpful for you all. Have an awesome day. I don't know if it's by you, but we got tons of snow again. So have a wonderful day. And I think I forgot. Oh, I didn't. I was going to like, oh no, I forgot to record, but I did. Here, I stop it. Have a great day. Enjoy the new website. Don't focus on the problems. Focus on building your business.